Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat. This is my third try at a Sunday afternoon chat. The first one was a great one. I mean, I loved it. I was getting ready to listen back to it. I forgot to hook up the microphone. Yes, and so I didn't even listen to it. It may sound great, but we have a warm Sunday afternoon here in southern Oklahoma. We've got a wind blowing about 25 or 30 miles an hour, and so I know the wind noise is horrible. It should be okay. I've got a microphone hidden down in here pretty good right now, and so it should be blocking out the wind pretty good. The wind's coming behind me, and where before it was just going right into my iPhone. I think I might be able to upgrade to one of those iPhone 12s. I think I might be eligible for an upgrade. I'm really looking forward to that. Hope Chris has got a little money stashed away so we can buy one. But anyway, this is my third try, so hopefully third time is a charm. Third time is a charm. I hope so. By the way, if you send in your size for a T-shirt, our Jimmy Houston T-shirt giveaway that we did either last week or week before, I don't know when we did it. I think some of y'all probably just forgot about it or thought you didn't win. I have the winners. I have the winners right here. That's right. I have the winners right here. Right here. I have the winners. So I have 10 winners from Facebook, 10 winners from YouTube. Plus, I think Chris drew out 3 bonus winners. And we were celebrating, by the way, 500,000 people on Facebook. 500 fans on our Jimmy Houston Outdoors, all capital letters, fan page. 500,000. I think now it's up to 507,000. We're adding pretty 700-800, almost 1,000 people a day. The wind's blowing like a banshee out here, 25 miles an hour right now. I should be fishing, but I'm working on that catch of the day book. But we'll be reading these winners at the end of this video, so stay with us to the end because we'll be reading these and getting those out there to y'all. Y'all need to get in touch with us and let us know where to send these things once we read these names out. But anyway, so and that's what we were celebrating is those great huge numbers that we've got. And by the way, I wanted to mention our Catch of the Day book while I'm at it. Catch of the Day only has about 9,400 people on there, and it's slowed down to where it's only got a growth of about 10 or 15 or 20, maybe 30 people a day. And can I tell you, if you're on our Facebook page, you're able to see those being read on there, and we have about 10 to 20,000 people a day on Facebook that watch that video. We have about another 30 to 50,000 a day that read directly out of the book because we post that on our Jimmy Houston Facebook page also. But we have on our Catch of the Day channel, which is the one you need to go over there and subscribe to. If you're reading it, if you're listening to it on Facebook, go over there and subscribe to the Catch of the Day channel, and you will get in with a family of people over there that are unbelievable folks, where you can share things with them. They'll share stuff with you. You can pray for them. They'll pray for you. Unbelievable bunch of folks on that channel. That channel will absolutely change your life. It will change your life. We read a scripture every day, a devotion every day, and we have a fishing tip every day. And can I tell you, even if you're not a Christian, even if you're not a fisherman, even if you're not either one, subscribe to that channel. Give it a couple of weeks, looking at those videos. Sometime throughout the day, they're on there forever. So you don't have to worry about watching at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's but anyway, it's on there all day long. You look at it when you get home and work at night or whenever. And you can go back and look at some of them we've done in the past. Give it a couple of weeks. Give it a couple of weeks and see if it's not changing your life. It will make you a better person. It will make you a better person. That's the way God works. That's the way God works. And I'm not making that up. That's not my opinion. I'm going by what people are telling me in their comments. And we spend millions, billions of dollars in America trying to become better people, trying to have more hair, trying to be better looking, trying to have less wrinkles, whiter teeth, skinnier bodies, on and on and on and on and on. We spend billions trying to become a better person. This one will not cost you a penny. Doesn't cost anything to get on that YouTube subscription. It's a subscription, but it's free, a free subscription. So if you're not on there, get over and get on that thing right now. And those of you that are on there and have been looking at that thing and listening to that thing, share it with somebody. Share it with people. Share it at work. Tell people about it. Tell it with somebody that you love, that you want their life to be better. because it'll make your life better. Speaking of microphones and wind noise and all that, I have been getting a few complaints lately that my microphone's too hot, or I've got it in the wrong place, or it sounds a little gargled, vibrating. It's not the mic, it's me, okay? It's me. I am just having a lot of trouble with my voice. It seems like I can't clear my throat. Somebody wrote in and told me it was some kind of thyroid deal or something, and they told me something you could take for it, but I forgot what that was. I wish it was. But my son-in-law Jack's a cardiologist, so we asked him about it, and he told us some stuff that we could go get over-the-counter pills that we could take, and we did that. We did that today, and I took one, so we'll see if that works over the next few days. I've had this problem in the past because I do about 100 personal appearances a year, and my voice plays out on me in those, and I get to where it just starts cracking and doing all kinds of things. And I remember I went to a throat doctor, and they gave me, I took glycerin and honey or something and like gargled it or whatever, and they got me off caffeine for about a month. Took me off caffeine for a month. Couldn't drink any coffee or anything with caffeine. I wouldn't like that. I gotta have caffeine. I gotta have sugar. I take sugar intravenously. Sugar is good for you, guys and girls. Remember that. Sugar is good for you. That's why God invented kissing. Sugar is good for you. And but I really hate to do without that caffeine. I do have caffeine before I do without the sugar. But anyway, we're working on trying to get my voice cleared up here. But I apologize for that. But it's me. It's really not the microphone. I think we've about got our microphone problems at least solved in some ways. We're still having some problems with some of them. But anyhow. I don't know what I was talking about. It doesn't really matter. I was talking about getting over there and subscribing to that Catch of the Day channel. We had a big election this week in America, and about half of America is happy. The other half is pretty bummed out. A lot of people are supposedly, really depressed and everything. Can I tell you, it's not a problem. Don't worry about that. Let me talk about that at the end of this video also here, because I want to tell you my take on that and tell you just exactly what I feel about it and what God has told me and the peace that God has given me about the whole situation. We went over to Lake Texoma this week and fished. I went over and fished Thursday with Dale Hegelin, and Dale owns Hegelin Farms up in Iowa. They raise the largest white-tailed deer in America. He has got the best operation and the best genetics and raise the best deer you can ever imagine. I'm talking about the world record yearling buck. This is a buck that's a year old, scored over 400. He has lots of them that score 200, 300, 400, 2 and 3 year old deer. 2 and 3 year old deer. He is circumventing time with his genetic breeding program, and he's just absolutely amazing. Those of you, I'll talk about the deer here in just a little bit, but Jenny and Forrest, you notice they have tags in their ears. They were born in a deer pen, and their mother rejected them. We saved them, bottle raised them, and if you'll notice, I'll talk to you about them a little bit. They are out of a doe, one of Dale's does. An Oklahoma buck, but one of Dale's does, and they're incredibly large deer, and they're going to be something. I'll talk about them here in a little bit. But I fished over at Lake Texoma. We went over there, debated about going to Lake Murray or Lake Texoma, and I was going to crankbait fish for bass, and I heard the white bass, the stripers over there were schooling on top of the water early and late like crazy, like first hour or two in the morning, last hour in the evening, like crazy, and you just catch them and catch them and catch them. And they were under the birds, just like thousands and thousands of seagulls diving down in the water and the fish boiling and catching them every cast, and so I went to Texoma. That didn't happen. We did catch a few fish. We had a great day. Dale and I had a lot of fun, fished till slap dab dark, and we'll probably show you a little bit of that video maybe Wednesday of this week. I don't know, but we're trying to do the rest of our television shows. We've got all of them done except a couple of shows right now for next year. We will start a new series on the Discovery Channel, CBS Sports, Pursuit, WFN, the Heartland Network, My Family TV, Action Channel, AT&T Sports Southwest, Walk TV, Heartland Network, NBC Sports Philadelphia, Chicago, about a dozen different networks. Probably forgot somebody, but I got most of them in right there. We're starting the new series the last weekend, the last Saturday and Sunday in December. on the Discovery Channel and CBS. A lot of those networks like Pursuit and WFN run year round. It's on there right now. I think it's on WFN about 4 times a week. That's an outdoor channel network, WFN World Fishing Network. We're also on the Pursuit, which is a total outdoor channel. We're on there I think 2 or 3 times a week, and we're on there all year round. So the shows are on there right now. But we've got shows from Mexico, shows from Florida, Oklahoma, Texas, Guatemala, Wisconsin, coast to coast, and it's going to be a great series. Our 44th year on national television. 44 years. You know, I was born in 44. That's 1944, not 1844. So like some of y'all might be thinking. 1944, that's right. And now we've got 44 years on national television. You know, 3 of the longest, of the 4 or 5 longest television shows in the history of television, all television shows, 3 of the 4 or 5 longest is Bill Dance Outdoors, Fishing with Roland Martin, and Jimmy Houston Outdoors. And we thank y'all for that, because it's not been us, it's been y'all that's caused that to happen. And I sure appreciate y'all watching that show on all of those networks that we've been talking about. But we had a fun day on Lake Texoma. We didn't smash them like we thought we would, but we really had a fun day. Talking a little bit about the deer. I said I'd talk a little bit about the deer. They're all doing great. Lucy is completely over her illness. Milburn is completely over his illness. We gave both of them 2 or 3 shots, plus feeding them some oral medicine with their food. And I really hate to shoot them with a dart gun, but that's just what you got to do to get that medicine in there, that really high dollar good medicine that we doctor them with. Little Forrest, he got sick also, not nearly as bad as the big deer, but he's fine now. All the deer are fine. The triplets, which are now 2, and the twins, and Lucy and Milburn. We have not seen Milburn all day. He is in love, I guess. He's out chasing girls. And we haven't seen him. We don't see him, but usually sometime in the afternoon he'll come and lay around. We've been at church, but he hasn't been in yet. We haven't seen him today, but he's doing just fine. Got a little orange tape on his horn so he won't get mistaken for something somebody ought to shoot at. But he's out trying to become a man, and I think he'll do it. I also wanted to mention the crappie. We have been smoking the crappie here off the dock. I'm talking 30, 40, 50 every day in just a small amount of time. And again, let me tell you a little quick story, because you know, fishing is good for you. My buddy Richard Jean, the fishing machine, he says go fishing for it's good for you. Fishing has lots of rewards. I just wrote a devotion for one of the devotional books for next year, and we have 210 of those devotions written for next year. So we got quite a few to go. We got 210. But Richard Jean says go fishing, it's good for you. Well, it really is, and I didn't know how healthy it could be. It is healthy because you're in the outdoors, you're in getting sun, and it's good. It's great for you. But day before yesterday, we were up there at the house, and I was writing, and Chris said, man, I got a really bad headache. He said, I think I'll walk down to the dock and catch a few crappie and see if my headache will go away. And I thought, wow. I thought, heck, I'll go with you. If you got a headache, we can't do nothing else. So I guess I'll go with you. And so we came down here, did crappie fished, and caught 41. And you know, and we just caught them and released them. We didn't keep any to eat or anything. After we caught those 41 fish, he said, you know, my headache's gone. I said, good, let's go back to the house. but Lord, I apologize for that. But so there's a brand new reason to go fishing. It'll cure headaches. Might not work every time, I don't know, but it worked with Chris. It worked with Chris really, really well. So the crappie fishing is great. The fishing is good most everywhere because the weather's been so good. It's 77 degrees here in Oklahoma right now. 77. The nights are cool, but the days have been nice. Now this is the last 70-degree day we have forecast for the next several days. But it is 70 degrees all over the south. My buddy Bill Price up in New Jersey told me it was 74 degrees in New Jersey. 74 degrees. Now he lives in southern New Jersey. That's why he can call himself a southern boy. But he lives in southern New Jersey. But it is great everywhere. Go fishing. Let me tell you, the water temperature here in Oklahoma is down to about 62 in the afternoons. Now with this warm weather, it's getting up to 64, 65. When it gets to 60 and below, 58's the magic temperature. Get out there and go every single chance you get. If you can steal an hour to go fishing, go fishing. If you go fishing all day, go fishing. The water temperature 58 degrees, they are going to be biting. They're going to be really biting and really busting it, doing good. So be sure and get out there and go fishing. I'm going to get around to reading these here real quick, but let me just talk real quick about this election situation that happened. Like I said, half the people in the country are elated. the other half are pretty much depressed. But that's pretty much going to happen in America on any election. And I'll be totally honest, I'm scared to death of becoming a socialist country. I don't want to be like Venezuela and China and Russia. I'm scared to death of high taxes. I don't want to pay more taxes. I pay a lot of taxes already. I can't believe that half the people want more taxes, but that's fine if they do. Can I tell you that I believe God still has America on his heart. I think that God still cares about America. I've got so many comments and so many calls and texts and emails from buddies saying God has forsaken America. God has left America. You know, God's chosen people is the people of Israel. And for disobedience, he put them in bondage, in slavery. Talk about forsaking. For 400 years at one time, for 70 years at another time. For disobedience, disobedient. Is America disobedient to God? I think not. But we have a lot of Americans that are obedient to God. And I think back to Sodom and Gomorrah, and when Abraham asked God, will you destroy the whole city if there's just one righteous man there? Well, we have a lot of righteous men, a lot of righteous women in America. And here's what God told me. God put a peace in my heart about this situation that I can't tell you. And I explained it to Chris this morning. She said, I have the same thing, Jimmy. She said, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. And I don't know, I've got a degree in political science, so I'm a political nut. But, I think, well, maybe that's why we've got to have that lady in there that's a Christian lady as the new Supreme Court Justice. So maybe her vote can block socialism. Maybe it can block some of this other stuff that we're so scared about. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm going to tell you who knows. God knows. The God that hung the moon and stars. The God that created this great country that we live in. And I am so proud of America. I am proud, proud, proud of America. We had a lot of people vote in this election. A lot of people think some of them want legal votes, but we had a lot of legal votes vote. But let me tell you, God knows what's going to happen. And I tell you something else that God told me, Jimmy, 4 years goes by in a heartbeat. And it does. And so, if the new president does a great job, we can just re-elect him. If he does a lousy job, we can elect somebody else. But our commander-in-chief is God Almighty. Our commander-in-chief is undefeated. He's never lost a war. And I'm going to tell you, I feel good about America. I feel that God is getting ready to do something great in this great country of ours. And God has given me a peace in my heart about the whole situation that's absolutely incomprehensible. It's a peace beyond human understanding. I've often said, don't let them steal your joy. Don't let them steal your joy. Don't let them steal your joy. Don't let them steal your peace. Your joy, your peace is in Jesus Christ. And God's got this. He's still got this. So, let's give away some t-shirts. All right, here we go. This is from Facebook. And I guess y'all need to get in touch with us through Messenger or something. Tell us where to ship these. I've got your sizes. I've got all your sizes. And I'm not going to read, by the way, guys and girls, I'm not going to read your sizes on this video. From Facebook, Tina Yates, Juanita St. Arbor, Linda Hill, Barbara Noppinger. It could be Noppinger, Noppinger, Noppinger. Kay Seitz, Karen Durham, Kathy Griggs, Bruce Callis, Bruce Callis, Callis, Deborah Watson, and Charles Buell. That is the 10 from Facebook. And some of you, might have made it. You sent your size in, both of them. I know some of you did. I saw some of that myself. Let me say something else before I read these YouTube names off. I work really, really hard to read every single comment that comes in on YouTube, and both channels, Catch of the Day channel and the Jimmy Houston Outdoors channel, and I comment on a lot of them, and I mean, it's getting harder and harder to do, and there's a lot of the comments that I've not answered back to, or not even put an acknowledgement a little hard or something on there, because we just get so far behind on things, and a lot of times I'm doing that at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, or 5 o'clock in the morning, and so we've got some of those that we haven't answered. We still love you whether we answered or not, and but we work real hard to keep that up. But if we haven't answered, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because we're really trying. And but we're getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments on every single video, and we actually put up 11 videos a week, 7 on the Catch of the Door Day channel, plus a minimum 4 on the YouTube channel. So a minimum 11 videos a week that we put up, so that's a lot of comments. That's a lot of comments. We appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you, on the Catch of the Day channel, some of y'all are so insightful about the Bible and so insightful about how we should live our life that you just bless me immeasurably. I tell you something else. A lot of y'all are praying for me, and I'm praying for y'all. I just want you to know, Chris and I appreciate that. A lot of y'all are praying for the deer. Hey, I pray for the deer too. And I'm sure the deer, they don't know, but they appreciate it too. YouTube, Dan the Man, Danny Shelton, Larry McBride. I don't know about Dan the Man. Dan the Man's only asked for a large, not a 2X or a 3X. So Dan the Man must be in pretty good shape. Dan the Man, Larry McBride, Gary Kirchner. Isn't that the president's son-in-law, Gary Kirchner? Gary Kirchner. President should have just told me about that. I'd have given him one free, probably. Sold it to him wholesale. He can afford it, I know that. I guess he's just about out of a job now, though. Gary Kirchner, Ann Bullen, G. Gordon, Leah Richter, Sherry Hall, Jerry Moore, and Scott Brady. So that's our 10. And I'll tell you what Chris did. She picked 3 bonus winners. She went ahead and picked 3 bonus winners for 3 more T-shirts. And again, one of them is Nolan Pierce. And my buddy Valerie Powell down in Florida. Can I tell you, that is one terrific woman, Valerie Powell. Those of you that are not on our YouTube channel, you need to just get on there and get to know Val. She is just like the greatest girl in the world. And I actually had yesterday morning on my toast some of Val's jelly. I think it was a strawberry raspberry mixed together. She mixes 2 of them together like that in a jelly, and it's dynamite. I mean, it's like the best you've ever. She must use a lot of sugar. Sugar's good for you, Val. But Valerie Powell gets a T-shirt, and Martin Allison, another one of my buddies. Anyway, that's our T-shirts. In a contest from last week or week before. I'm sorry it took so long to do it. The girls didn't pick it was their fault. I'm just going to blame it on Chris and Sherry, okay? Because they'd have picked them out, I'd have read them. But it's their fault. But let me tell you, get the peace about you, get the joy about you in your heart, because God has got this under control. God is going to do great things in America. Keep your peace, keep your joy, irregardless of what's happening around you. And I know some of the streets of America have been pretty dangerous this year, probably will be in the future. But if you belong to God, God's got you in the palm of His great big hand. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. It's going to be a terrific week. And remember, I sure do love you.